Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Labert, and you have now entered into our Hangout. And this one is titled Hassan Campbell. We know you at peace, also in unity, and have love for Afrika Bambaataa. 4/1/2018. That's April the 1st, 2018. People, that's the 5th year anniversary of the date rape and stabbing. If you don't know what the date rape and stabbing is Afrika Bambaataa date raping a young Hispanic gentleman, and that young Hispanic gentleman stabbing him and Ahmed Henderson. Now, since that day or that date, Hassan Campbell has known that Bambaataa has been molesting children, need I say, still. Seeing that he claims and alleges that Afrika Bambaataa molested him starting around the age of 12 or 13 years old, and to the time he pretty much went to the penitentiary or went to jail when he was 18 years old. So around 18, 17, he went to jail and the molestation allegedly stops at that point. He tells us the story of when he got out of jail. Bam picked him up and took him shopping. But Bam also took care of him while he was incarcerated, sending them, commissary and everything. But we're not going to talk about that because their relationship, though they might have been pen pals and everything, it wasn't a physical relationship while he was in jail. I don't know if Bam went visit him. He never told us that or whatever. But it's for sure that he say once he got out, Bam took him out shopping and, bought him a nice wardrobe and made sure that his, one of his sexual partners, or should we say at that point, formal sexual partner was looking good, fresh and clean when he hit the streets, and that he represented the Zulus and Bambaataa properly when he got out. Right? So now the physical relationship starts again. What type of relationship? Was it sexual again and stuff? We don't know. 9 out of 10, though, at this point, it could be consensual. Though statutory rape would be what I define the 13 or 14 to 17-year-old relationship, in the sense that for those 4 to 5 years, statutory rape will be what it's called because you can't have a central, I can't even get the word out now. You can't consent to a consensual relationship with a minor, which at all points is probably what was going on, those years before he got locked up. But now he's out. He's over 18. Consensual sex can be permitted, and it's for sure that he's back in a physical environment with Bambaataa. Now, he claimed this on, I was a part of a cult and didn't even know it. People, if you're a part of a sexual enterprise, whether if you a pimp, a prostitute, or whatever it is, your involvement in it, you're a part of a sexual enterprise. And Bambaataa most definitely had a sexual enterprise going on because he had a damn book full of all the young men in Bronx River picture in it, allegedly, as Hassan say, and other alleged victims say. So, You mean you telling me you didn't know Bambaataa was sexually involved with all the young males in Bronx River projects, that was very cultish or sexual activity going on, and you ain't even know it? Don't tell us that shit. We ain't gonna believe it. Only silly ass women and mercenary Negroes will believe and helped you in that damn lie. I don't even know what to say. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, he said when he was throwing up the devil horns, he didn't realize what he was throwing up. Now, we have to understand that we're looking at two time frames here, people, which has caused people to become disillusioned at times. If you look at Afrika Bambaataa alleged molestation of her son Campbell, it's like, when did he molest them? Molestation means that's a youngster, right? Her son Campbell is 40, going on 41 years old. He came out in 2016, 3 years after the date of the young man being stabbed in April the 1st, 2013. This is the 5th year anniversary that is a month that's coming up right around the corner. Couple days, right? Now, he was aware that Bambaataa date raped this young man and got stabbed. Bambaataa told him at the hospital, as he stated in the Dave Wedge article, Bambaataa told him in the hospital, "You the first soldier and the soldier that I trust," meaning that he did dirt for him before, and her son indicates that, you know, him and Bam has a relationship of a cold case that he can bring up. And when you say cold case, that pretty much allegedly is a body, somebody dead, taking a life or whatever. So he said he wanted him to get revenge and kill this young man that stabbed him the night of the stabbing, April the 1st, 2013, leading into April the 2nd, depending on if he got stabbed before 12 o'clock on the 1st or a little bit after 12 o'clock, leading into the 2nd, to be technical. So, Bambaataa tell him at the hospital, he said he don't know why Bambaataa got stabbed. But then he said that, you know, some dude told him, I forget the name. I believe it's that Panther dude. They called him a agent for the government and stuff, and say he was basically COINTELPRO. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, he told him, don't get involved with that or you going to hell and all of that. So putting two to two together, he pretty much knew what happened that night. As he recalls and as he recant and tell people that basically Bambaataa date raped the boy and got stabbed. Right? So Bambaataa said he wanted him to take revenge and everything. Remember, this is the man that bankrolled him and his mother when he was younger, made sure they didn't have no problem with money and food and everything. Basically bought the little boy from his mother. Yes, I'm gonna start saying that now because she basically pimped the little nigga from my research. Right? He said one time she was whooping him, telling him don't go over Bam's house, but yet he still went over there. Maybe because the benefits was greater than she could ever imagine. And maybe because he had formed a sexual lust for being with other little young men and Bambaataa and shit. Who knows? But these are the type of details in which he's telling and putting out there, which make you have to question what took place back then. Maybe when he do his documentary like Ron Savage, he could tell us, you know, what he meant by Bambaataa taking care of him and his family and always bankrolling them. That's prostitution. That's why I said, though Bambaataa had relationships with him from 12, 13 to 17, 18. You could tell it was pretty much consensual. And you could tell from Bambaataa conversation is that he never basically raped or harmed anybody when it comes to his old school dealings. What happened to the young man for his date rape, who knows, until the young man appears and tell us what happened and give us more detail, or until his body pops up out of the New York River or some grave site or something in New York, who knows. But he said he never abused anyone. Basically, for some quarter water and some chips, he was getting it in. He was tricking with the young men in the neighborhood whose parents had nothing, who father and mother was on crack, or father just gone and mother on crack, and things of that nature. He was just, you know what I'm saying? It started when he said mostly 12, 13. You know. So that's for the person in the chat. Yeah, 12, 13, all the way up to 17, 18. So that's a 4 to 5 year um daily interaction between him and Bambaataa. You know, skipping school and everything, going to Bam house, smoking weed, yeah, being truant and stuff, smoking weed, having orgies, getting blowed off, and all of these things for a 4 to 5 year period. Consensual prostitution, getting paid, getting, you know, light bills, phone bills, water bills, gas bills, or whatever type of bills you would have in the projects, which is probably $30 a month, low income housing. Then you got your utilities. Then, you know, outside of getting food stamps or whatever, you know, you got to get other food. And if you want the latest gear, you know, you trick with an old school, you know what I'm saying, poppy or daddy, a father like figure. You trick with him and you get an extra on the side. You know what I'm saying? Extra income coming in on the side. So Poppy was at peace with this for years, people. Into 2013, he was at peace with this. He was in unity with this, and he had love for those that was involved with it, the Zulu Nation. And on the DL, the download, he's still at peace with it. He's still at unity. He's still in unity with them, and he has love for Bambaataa. He keep telling us this. But him, Star Chamber, and all the individuals that was on 125th Street in 2016 made a capitalistic decision to capitalize on the date rape and stabbing that took place on April the 1st. It was a capitalist move. Make money, 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 money. And from you ignorant ass YouTubers and YouTube, take money, 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 money. A minor is a intelligent human being just like any other human being. And anything that is uncomfortable to a human being, dog, animal, or anything, any uncomfortable situation, they will do their damnness to get out of it, fight out of it, or whatever. So, can they be conditioned with trinkets and stuff, animals and stuff? If you want a dog that act right, you could put a steak in front of it until it sit, roll over, and everything else, and you can condition that dog through its lust or through its hunger to do what you want it to do, and train that dog because you have authority and you have a situation in which you can, you know, manipulate them. So yes, Hassan could have been manipulated with money and all other things that Bambaataa was doing, saying, presenting to him. As he say, Bam would do all type of things to mesmerize you. But once you mesmerize, you're mesmerized. And if that's the drug of your choice and you want to take that drug, then that's it. But if somebody does something that's uncomfortable once again to you, I don't give a fuck how much they try to mesmerize you, you're not gonna do it. I don't care what type of car, what type of house, what type of money, what type of whatever, male or female. I ain't even trying to let a doctor go in my anus. It's not a natural thing. Prostate cancer, fuck it, I die of it. Pretty much before I try to let a doctor go up my rectum. It wouldn't be a comfortable thing to me. So I don't care how much money, how much whatever, you could be the finest, beautiful woman in the world from my perspective. If you say, well, let me put a dildo on your butt, I'm gonna say, bitch, get the step. You see what I'm saying? So once again, if somebody putting you in an uncomfortable position, no matter what, you're gonna find your way out of that position. That's just it. Now, at some point, if you mentally broken through, like I said, that lust, that hunger, or that being mesmerized by things, then yes, they got you. So once again, you done submitted to someone else's will, and your dislike and that which is going against your will, you have now handed over to the other person. It's not your will, it's their will. They do as they please, not as you please. So they broke you. You can break people, you can break animals, you can break things. But still, at some point, when you break a person, it's because they don't want the discomfort no more. They don't want this and that. And this is what I'm saying, that Bam, in his interview with Fox News, was basically saying, like, look, I never choked the shit out of nobody to blow them off. I never put a gun to their head. I showed them a book, showed them how the Zulus get down, and they wanted to be a part of the Zulus for whatever reason. I showed them the book. I told them what people do and what I do, and they wanted to be down. So to be down, they had to do this. They wanted to be down, so they did that. It was a form of initiation. Just as girls that want to be in gangs and stuff get gang raped or trains and stuff ran on them instead of getting their ass whooped. Everybody having sex with her. Now she down. She's a part of the crew. She got fucked in. Well, Hassan say Bam never used drugs to lure him in or this and that. But he also said people would skip school and they would go to Bam house to smoke weed and do different things. So as he tried to allege with the boy, he believed the boy had drugs on him and doped himself up, because Bam don't do drugs or give it to people. But Bam will buy you stuff. Bam would give you money. He was tricking. So if you wanted to be on opium or smoke crack or whatever the hell, hey, he give you $20, $30 or tell you he gonna reimburse you when you get over there. Shit, you might pick you up some before you come. I don't know. I ain't never been in a relationship. Well, I did no shit like that with a female or nothing, but hey, it is what it is. You know, most people that sold drugs or knew of people getting high, they would help feed their high so they could do things to them sexually. I know this in life. I didn't witness stuff like this that, you know, if man want to go out and he know the woman like weed, he'll either pick some up, or when she come and she got the weed, he knows she get loose when she hit the joint, so he just sit up and watch her hit the joint once she get loose. So if Bam dealt with young men that like drugs at some point, yeah, he probably reimbursed them or helped them at times get drugs, though he didn't do drugs. These type of things are also collaborated by Hassan, saying that young dudes in the winter and stuff, when they had nothing to do and they was skipping school, they would go over to Bam house. They would get high. They would do whatever they do. And whichever one Bam desired for that day, he would take them in the back and he would have fun with them. He either sucking their dick or he thawing them or going into their anus and stuff. Whatever it is he was doing, we don't know. I wasn't there. I don't have pictures of it. I don't have video of it. I wasn't a participant of it. Only Hassan, for as I know, is the only one out in the public that can tell us these things and give us more detail and information on it. But he's dealing with Tekashi now, and he's dealing with Jay Prince, and he's dealing with Farrakhan, and he's dealing with everything under the sun. But Bambaataa, I doubt if he even talk about the anniversary that's coming up, the 5th year anniversary, and tell his story, how it all happened, what went down that night, and rehash it, or tell it like it was in the first. I mean, more than anybody, he said that through all them years of abuse, he was quiet. He was at peace. He was unified with the Zulu nation in Bambaataa, and he had love for Bambaataa until he found out that Bambaataa raped this young man and got stabbed the night that he went to the hospital, and Bam asked him to kill the young man. That's when he got an ill, murky feeling and said, oh, I'm a part of some shit that I don't want to be a part of no more. Though he stayed around 3 more years and participated, throwing up devil horns and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Throwing up devil horns and participating with the Zulu warriors, protecting rappers and, different entities and everything, even going to Sadnetta, Kemet on trial and protecting, the hieroglyphics rapper Jonathan Owens, Amin Ra Squad, Jonathan Owens and stuff. He was still with the Zulus. Though he had co-ops, houses, cars, selling, bully pit bulls and things of that nature, he was still talking to Bambaataa, getting money so he could take his dog to the vet. He getting sick, Bambaataa sending them shit to make sure his baby all right, or should we say his son? Same thing, baby, son, child, his child all right. And he was still talking and dealing with Bam, throwing up devil horns at functions with Bam and shit. He was still doing these things. Because, as he said, he went to the hospital. The next day or two, Bam told him to kill the boy. Next day or two, you know what I'm saying? It was on and popping. Then 2016 hit. he makes the video talking about all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So all this shit is going on in 2013. He don't make a video on Facebook to 2016. Well, 15 to be exact, because it was about 6 months. It was around the time of the Million Man March, Justice of Else, which, what is the date on that? Let me go to Wikipedia right quick and get that date for you, right? Which is March the 20th, 2015. So around March the 20th, a little bit after that, in 2015, he made his video talking about them going to the Nation of Islam, Minister Farrakhan, Justice or Else, Million Man March 20-year anniversary. He gets on Facebook. Now, this is 2 years later after the stabbing. A little bit after the 2-year anniversary of the stabbing, which is April the 1st, 2015, right? So now he goes on Facebook, as he say, he getting his liquid courage. He been drinking a lot. That's how he say he got all flabby and he can't verbalize the way he used to verbalize. You know, he used to be a good orator, however you say the shit. I ain't never been that, but he used to be able to talk and, you know, speak and verbalize himself better, but he started drinking and shit, and now he got all fat beer belly and big ass arms that look like shit now because they all flabby and shit, you know, from drinking beer because of Bambaataa. So I guess for 2-some years he was sitting around drinking beer and shit, disturbed about this thing, but he accepted that shit ain't even happened yet. See, it ain't even happened yet. We hit in 2015. The Million Man March didn't happen. And next thing you know, he done got drunk. And now he wants to go and make a video talking about Bambaataa being a child molester on Facebook 2 years later. You hear me? So 2 years later, he get the courage after getting drunk to make the video saying Bambaataa and the Zulus, how y'all go down to Washington fucking with Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam talking about justice or else, and y'all sitting up there with the goddamn bookie man, child molester of the century and shit of all times, Afrika Bambaataa. He makes this video. Muhammad Stanley Bell Islam called him up like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Take that down. Yes, sir, Mr. Stanley Bell. He takes it down. Then, this is 2016, is when all this shit hits the fan and comes out to the public. But in 2015, it's going down. After the video goes up on the around the 20th, 30th, or whatever, then Stanley Bell calls him, tell him take the shit down. He took it down to save the Zulu Warriors because they getting them $1 million contracts, you know, around people like Jay-Z, Nas, Beyonce, Lauryn Hill, shit, Erykah Badu, all these big time artists and shit. They raking in the dough with the Zulu Warriors and shit. Now this is about to hurt their finances and capitalism, right? So he tell them to take it down. The next couple days, he go and he chilling with Muhammad Stanley Bell Islam, Tafiq, Ambra, Pepsi, and whoever else is a part of the Zulu Council or that inner circle, and Muhammad Stanley Bell Islam finger whips Bambaataa and tell him, hey man, you fucking up the money and shit. What the fuck going on and stuff? And what you doing making the videos about it? Then Bambaataa say, yeah, he right. I molested him and all of that. I used to suck on his little dick or whatever, as Hassan say. A little stuck on his little pee and thighs, little ass and stuff. And I'm sorry. And supposed to cry and said he was sorry about it. He apologized. And her son, because of his alleged Stockholm syndrome, said, well, Bam, I'm sorry too. And they just said it was all good. All good, all apologize, all accept. He said accepted. So they made a covenant, an oath, and they agreed to not speak on it anymore. He took the video down, trying to hide the evidence. Yeah, Nas. You know, Nas is a part of the Zulu Nation. He also came out with the the Netflix the Get Down and stuff, but eventually they took it down after they got to Bambaataa. But anyway, so they agree to be quiet about it. This is where they was at peace with each other. They was unified to keep quiet about it because he loved Bambaataa. Peace, unity, and love. Ain't that what the Zulu Nation is about? Peace, unity, and love. And her son was at peace, unified, because he had love for him. Brothers and sisters, you feel me? So, after doing this and coming to the agreement, it was about 6 months later that Ron Savage come out. What up, Fee? About 6 months later, Ron Savage popped out. It's 2016. This is now the 3-year anniversary coming up. Yes, the 3-year anniversary coming up. Ron Savage then came out, talked to Star on Twitter and stuff. 2016, April the 11th, to be exact, is the day her son Campbell says he no longer affiliated with the Zulu Nation. 3 years after the stabbing, the rape, the stabbing, and the hit has been put out on this young man that stabbed Bambaataa. 3 years later, 10 days after the anniversary, third year anniversary, he comes out, April the 11th, 10 days later, and say he's no longer a part of the Zulu Nation because they put a hit out on him and threatened his life and called him what? A COINTELPRO agent. So he comes out because his video came back out, which Star brought it out. Star put the man's life on the line. He felt like he owed him. Now, him and Star have been in bed with each other since April the 11th, 2016. This is the type of shit that's been going on. As Khalil Amani said, he writing a piece on it, all the fuckery that's been going on these last 5 years. And it's been a lot of fuckery and a lot of capitalism and a lot of money gained off of this conversation. A lot of YouTubers have bought the lies, helped perpetuate the lies, and also fought against me, trying to do their best to now cover up the lies, because they realize that they have been a part of the manipulation and the lying to the community and the unwillingness to bring Bambaataa to justice. Bambaataa is overseas and shit, having concerts and stuff, playing music and shit, entertaining Europeans and Brazilians and everybody else overseas across the water, buying new baseball hats and new hoodies, shit, at bars drinking different elixirs and shit. He do drink, and he's having a good time. And as Hassan alleges, probably fucking all kind of boys over there where the economy is weak, just like Bronx River used to be. Shit, a quart of water and a bag of chips. He's still fucking over youngsters for a quart of water and a bag of chips. And maybe a nice white icy cream honey bun. Are you hungry? You need something to eat? Well, I got this icy crisp honey bun right here. If you let me do this and do that to you, then you can get this icy crisp honey bun. Now, just pull your pants off and jack off. That's what they say you like to do. That's how he introduce you to stuff. It ain't wrong to masturbate. Now, masturbating, I give you this honey bun. I give you this quart of water and chips. But all of them have failed to try to bring justice to this situation. Bambaataa still running around, scratching, putting up beats and beat juggling and playing music for all crowds of people. That if these bigger platforms like Star Chamber, Sodnetta, guess you could say Doggy Diamond, shit, Tommy Sotomayor, and all these other big platforms and shit that then had their hand in this situation, if they really wanted to bring Bambaataa, you know what I'm saying, to justice, it would have been a happen by now. They had one of the key major focuses, focal points, which is Hassan Campbell, that could tell them about their board and everything, and they're not pursuing it. He could tell them, he could tell the world about the boy brother. If he was a Zulu, what he was positioned in the Zulu, and all of that. He know more about this case, this situation, and everything, just like he know about them cold cases, them dead bodies that ain't popped up, that he has informations about. Even this young man probably being one of those dead bodies, but he's talking about it in a codified manner in which he's telling, look, Bambaataa fuck with me, I'm gonna get this boy to them people and really get his ass in trouble. That might be his ace in the hole in which he's keeping himself alive and everything else, in which he probably then told Pine Needle Gland or one of his 6, 7 wives or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He probably then told one of them that if they touch me or whatever, then you give him this cold body, this cold case and everything. And that's probably why ain't nothing happened to him and different things, but he going through hell because we keep asking where that body at, where that boy at, what's going on. But this is probably his only saving grace, that whatever didn't happen to that boy, and he know Bambaataa didn't have something to do with it, and his brother, that he can hold this over his head. And if you ever touch me or whatever, then I'm gonna give him this body. Going to witness protection and whatever. This is probably his only saving grace. And that's why the world and everybody mad at me, because I keep asking, where the fuck is that boy at? So people, April the 1st got a lot of people shook. April the 1st got a lot of people shook. 5th year anniversary. And see, They ain't commemorated the anniversary every year. All you got to do is go look on People's channel and go look back and see if every April the 1st, people was commemorating and talking about the stabbing and molestation rape that took place. If the people that was in the know, and Star Chamber claims that he the one that broke the story, saying that he was in the know, if they had kept commemorating it, talking about it, and bringing it up after 5 anniversaries, shit, we probably would have some results now. But no. Everybody didn't said, nah, we at peace with it. We unified with what they're doing so far. And we love Bambaataa because he getting us money right now. So we love the conversation. So as I done said in the previous video, you know, Star Chambers basically, he's not through with the conscious community. When you bring Supernova Slum on your channel, you amalgamating yourself still with the conscious community. When you bring Queen, what's his name? Damn, Q Butter over, and he taking shots at Sarnetta talking about the ATF and shit came to his house after he did an interview with Sarnetta and shit. You still amalgamated in the conscious community. You can't fucking escape bringing Hassan Campbell to the conscious community and to the world since April the 11th, 2016. You can't run from that, Star. You amalgamated into all of this shit. And like I said in my videos, giving the warning shots, if Michael Edwards, Beverly, and Candy, and any other fuck niggas from the conscious community in which Star should have his hand on and should be controlling the best he can, if they keep fucking with me or try to fuck with me, because eventually it's gonna come out anyway, Star. I'm trying to give you a chance to breathe. But if they keep fucking with me, they gonna push up the timetable. But when we gonna talk about how you failed to properly report this shit, stay on this shit, and deal with this shit in a proper manner to bring finality to this shit with Bambaataa being brought to court, to the public, or whatever. Because at some point in the beginning, Bambaataa still could have been confronted and everything else. All you independent ass people up there in New York, you could have ran your independent ass up on him with a camera and shit and put him on Front Street asking the questions and stuff. And if Hassan was so gangster, he could have been right there with you while he confront Bambaataa as he was asking other victims of molestation to confront their fucking victimized, putting their lives in danger of getting knocked out by the person that they was molested by or even killed days after they put them on Front Street on Thanksgiving in front of the family. Seeing that victimizer could have got their shit split or killed, and depending on how they reacted and what they did to them, retaliation on the person that told it, that they even threatened so many years ago, if you tell it I'm gonna do such and such, could have played out. But he didn't even have the courage to confront Bambaataa at all them goddamn picnics and shit where he was throwing up the goddamn devil horns with him and shit, and putting the camera on him like he asked other people and said, Bambaataa, why did you molest half of Bronx River and all the males and generations of males, you know what I'm saying, stair steps of brothers and shit? Why did you do that, Bam? And put him on camera and fucking shame him and do that shit that he asked everybody else to do. You asking everybody else to be brave and do shit that he wouldn't even do. This is hypocritical shit. You telling me you still had Bam number, he was still sending you money for your dogs, and when you get sick and shit and you can never get close to him to take your fucking camera and record that shit and confront that man? You telling me you couldn't record the audio of the council meeting that y'all had and he confessed the shit and everything? Y'all had other people recording meetings and shit where he was talking about he ain't gonna step down and shit. So now you become innovated and know what to do after you ain't got Bam in the picture to record or put the pressure on him. Now all of a sudden you know how to do these things. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here, man. These people have been playing with this Afrika Bambaataa shit for 5 years now, not looking for no end result to this shit, allowing this man to go overseas and fucking play music and all that other shit. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you Bambaataa. I'm gonna just show you the channel and shit. I ain't gonna play this shit. Right? Let me show y'all. This Afrika Bambaataa overseas with a new hoodie, new baseball cap and shit. That nigga more fresh than Hassan. Got the new crispy clean. This the channel that he on. You see that? And then it has the nerve to have Illuminati in it. Now I'm gonna give y'all the link to it. You can go check it out. I ain't gonna play this shit on my channel. That right there was for public use or whatever, just to show the people and educate them about the channel. Now I'm sharing the link. He over there playing music and all of that shit. That was just on the 23rd of this month. 6 days ago. So he's still getting his little kibits and bits, his little money around the world, rocking parties, still an ambassador for hip hop and everything else, because the powers that be, the individuals that first got this, was supposed to stay on this until the day he was brought to justice, let him escape. And the individual with the most information about that time and all of this shit is Hassan Campbell. He got the cold case, and he know more about that boy, which is probably one of the cold cases. And niggas is mad at me because they like, this motherfucker is sitting up here aiming for April the 1st, 2018, and he trying to awaken this shit again. It should have never been put to sleep. And yes, Brother T, who has ties to Homeland Security or some black ops organization or whatever that is help catching pedophiles and closing down pedophile rings and shit, told Hassan on this live stream, he told him, look, the state, you probably can't prosecute because of statute of, not prosecute, you can't because of statute of limitation. But in the federal aspect, is no statute of limitations. I've told him, Khalib Money then told him, and even his own partner, Brother T, who beat up Bambaataa one time, told him that he could take that shit to the federal and get it prosecuted. He won't go to the feds with the shit because he don't want to be a snitch. But he most definitely called the police when he seen that child porn that he sit up and told us that the man was trying to feed his penis to the young girl. He watched the man feeding his penis to the young girl because he watched the video. And then he said the young girl this was not her first rodeo dealing with his penis or any penis, because the man had his hand on the young girl's head trying to give her a rhythm and get what he wanted from the situation. And her son said a young girl smacked his hand out the way like, look, nigga, I'm a pro, I got this, and did her thing. He sit up and watched that video just like he watched many of orgies going on with Bambaataa, him, and other young men. And as he watched that child, he looked at that child pornography. So this nigga is a foul ass individual when it comes to children having sex and doing sexual activity, from the orgies he was in when he was younger to no telling how old he was when he seen other sexual acts happening to young children, and he just got through watching some fucking child porn over Facebook. And he called the police and told them that he received the child porn, but he didn't tell them he watched it. And if he did, he cut the camera off and explained some shit so he wouldn't have to explain to us what the fuck he was telling the police, why he was quote unquote snitching. What he defined as snitching. Fucking with them police at all, telling them anything. Because it's a street code. Bambaataa was a street dude that was molesting children, and he was in the gang. And the gang was participating in it by having orgies, being a part of the child book, and taking the pictures as a youngster and everything, providing the child pornography by pulling their pants down, taking the pictures and shit, and allowing Bam to take the picture. The gang, the Zulus, was a part of a child pedophile ring. So he been an ex-member of a child pedophile ring, watching fucking porn to this day, commentating on the child porn. Let's be specific, on the child porn and shit, being a part of child porn himself and his affiliates, Zulu affiliates, being a part of child porn and shit. But everybody want to make me the bad guy. The shit was sent to me. I handled it properly. The police came to my house. They see no problem in how I handled the situation. And I never watched the goddamn video. But yet the police was called, the sheriff was called to come to my house. That's why I said, ever since I asked what happened to this boy and remind people that all this shit started April the 1st, 2013. All right, now, ever since I did that, there's been a target on my back. You see what I'm saying? There's been a target on my back for asking what happened to the boy, but the people that possibly did something to the boy and shit, ain't nobody taking shots at them or going at them. They want me out the goddamn picture. Yes, Poppy still Zulu. He just broke his beads the other day. He was wearing his Zulu beads and shit. When he took the video down, y'all probably didn't see it. He made a video early one morning talking about he whooped somebody's ass over a sandwich at this sandwich spot. He was getting a sandwich and somebody, you know, I told y'all this nigga's the black Andrew Cunanan. He gonna back before it's over with. He probably gonna kill about 4 or 5 motherfuckers up there in New York City that then did him wrong. And a lot of this shit goes back to Sarnetta and Sarnetta TV and him not processing shit right. Cause I'm gonna tell you when it come down to his theory that Sarnetta tried to kill him, I think the Zulus then was just sending him a strong message that we can touch you with immortal technique and Tafik and Sarnetta and all of that. I believe, you know, through my research and stuff and looking, that for the most part, the Zulus was just trying to send them a message, and they were sending it through immortal technique, Tafik, and even Sarnetta. Because Sarnetta knew Tafik. Tafik, Shakur, whoever that is, if that's the same Tafik, Sarnetta knew him from the opening of 2016, and this shit happened. He was trying to get Tafik to fuck with him and give him some information and do shit, and talking about my brother Tafik and shit. So they set him up, but they didn't set him up to kill him. They set him up and gave him a warning that, look, nigga, you fucking up. Zulu money in this capital and you fucking up our brand. We will touch you because they already threatened to kill him. So I believe that was just a warning that day. He tried to put it out there as they was trying to kill him, but he said him and Tawfiq talked. And at the end of the day, I believe what he told him is, you need to shut your damn mouth and do what's right, nigga, or you gonna get a burn notice. So people, April the 1st ain't made it yet, baby. We got a couple more days to go. And people are shook because they know it's the 5th anniversary and I want to do something so beautiful and big for that day. And they don't know what it is. Khalil Money said he gonna drop an article that day and they don't know what he gonna say. And so they like, oh shit, we forgot April the 1st, 2018, the 5th anniversary. Will we address this? Shall we address this? What type of pressure are we under? What is this nigga gonna say in the next 2 or 3 days that we probably have to address, or we will have to do something on April the 1st? You think they want to do something on that anniversary? Do you think they want to mess up that money that they didn't got from Bambaataa or whatever, or the Zulus to lead this shit along to? The covenants they done made and the oaths that they done took that they ain't gonna push this shit no further? It's called pressure, baby. Now, pressure can bust pipes or it also can make a diamond. Shout out to all the people that done died since this thing came out, to Half Paint, to TC Islam, and anyone else that done had any ties of dealing with this thing that done passed over the years from 2013 to now. There's been plenty of people in this battle and in this fight and tried to do some revealing that then lost their life in between the time of seeing Bambaataa be brought to justice for the deeds that he done did in Bronx River. So people, it is what it is, baby. And niggas is mad. All these niggas want to troll this situation now in this conversation. They've been quiet for years. When I was banging hard, super hard, and everybody was threatening me and doing different shit, flagging my channels, did nobody want none of this. Everybody see that it has legs and it's going places, and that, you know, you ain't gotta troll people. You can actually use certain names and shit and everything. Now people want to have a part of this conversation and stuff. Hassan, oh, y'all betrayed me and shit. I told him I was the only real nigga he was fucking with, and I was really trying to help the nigga. And everybody else told him, that nigga weak. Why you fucking with that nigga? He don't get no views. Niggas go watch his channel, they fall asleep and all of this shit. He was praising these people and like, what did you say? Oh yeah, the people fall asleep on this nigga, he this and that. And he was quoting all these people and all this shit they was telling him, making him hate me and come at me in a foul way and talk about digging up my mother's grave and doing shit, disrespecting my deceased and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now all these motherfuckers on top of his head and everything, and he trying to figure out what the fuck happened. How everybody turned on me. All these motherfuckers had me talking shit and fucking with Carl, and now Carl winning and they over there on his side fucking with me. Because they knew Hassan that I wasn't your average nigga on YouTube. Though I look average, because my numbers and shit look average, I ain't your average nigga. I have more power than you think on YouTube and off of YouTube. Just know that my power reach beyond shit that you even know. Because remember, I'm Israel. I got power with God and man. Never forget that, my friend. I am Israel, one that has power with God and man. So fuck what you think. There's more with me than it is with you. And I deal with the ultimate power. There's no power greater. How you gonna fuck with that? You can't fuck with that. It's just in his time will he reveal your losing hand. So you can push all your chips in the middle of the table, or you could try to hold some back. At the end of the day, you still lose. So you might as well push them all in, son. Because when you lose one hand, it's going to be a trickle-down effect, and you're going to lose the rest of the game. You pretty much done lost the rest of the game. While you was over there bullshitting, trying to talk about my mother and do other stuff, what happened to that boy movement manifest. And it ain't no stopping it. So therefore, when you lost the what happened to that boy hand, and you didn't even want to chime in and be a part of fixing that situation, because that's that one of them cold cases probably that you got hanging over Bambaataa, you lost. And you know it. You know it. So now the only question is, how long do you have to play in this game before the game is over with, Hassan? Before the ones that you at peace with and has been unified with and got love for clipped you, burn you, or before you turn state evidence and shit. Nigga, it's just a countdown. You might as well get ready to grab you one or two puppies so you can replenish your breed and your stock of dogs and different shit while you go to Wixit, nigga. It's either you let the government erase you and put you somewhere, or you let the niggas on the street erase you and put you somewhere. Either way it go, nigga. Bye-bye. It's just a countdown to your demise, nigga. And all because you didn't do right by that boy. At the end of the day, remember, that's going to be your downfall. When Bambaataa asked you to kill him, you didn't go to the police. You didn't warn him or this and that. So if he's not existing today in the land of the living, you are one of the main reasons he's not existing. And you might as well kill them yourself, because you knew they was out to get him. Now, if he's still alive, then you should be trying to hook up with him and get Bambaataa ass locked up and go to the feds with that shit, which still mean you a problem. You just snitched on everybody. You done called some of everybody's name that you shouldn't have been calling shit, so you could get YouTube fame from Pistol Pete, Farrakhan, My Son, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, shit. What's the dude that's supposed to snitch and got a son that's a battle rapper and shit? That dude, Pistol Pete, some of everybody, nigga. Then you fucking with Treyway and all of that shit and calling out, you know, Jay Prince Jr. and shit, nigga. You're YouTube whore. You trying to be Star. The nigga went from Baby B.O. to now Baby Star. Star said he wanna rape or piss on DJ Envy. I was going to say academics. DJ Envy daughter and shit. Her son come and say he wanna put heavy dick in Kev Gill daughter and son. Where he get that from? His new mentor, Star. Right? Star made it famous by talking about dead people and doing different elaborate stuff, getting people to hate on him and talk about his name to the point is it's on top of the headlines by dissing Aaliyah on the day that she died, making plane crashes and shit in this audio and everything. He want to be the new Star. Same way Star said, hey, look, I want to do the Reverend Nice thing. Where the fuck my donations at and stuff? He tell y'all stop playing and shit and hit that fucking not donation button, but hit that goddamn like buttons. Get his videos up, get his views up, hit that like button. Stop playing. That's Star Chambers. Y'all fucking with Baby Star over there. That ain't Baby B.O. no more. Remember, he can't be a street dude no more. He got to be a YouTuber and shit. So to be a YouTuber and shit, he got to emulate the type of YouTuber he figure get the job done. He done been Kev Gills. He done been True Freeman. He done been Tommy Sotomayor. He been taking on personalities of different Star now and everybody. He taking on different YouTubers' personalities and shit, trying to beat them. I hear a lot of my conversation coming out the bitch ass nigga mouth. Yeah, these YouTube streets ain't got no love for you, Poppy. You out here looking for this YouTube street fame. That nigga said something worth dying for. YouTube fortune and fame. Stuck in this game. Oh, that nigga in this YouTube street searching for fortune and fame. Hassan, don't blame it on nobody but Bambaataa. And if you got an issue, you should take it out on Bambaataa. Everybody else, they was just in it for fortune and fame too. They YouTubers. You should understand it now. They YouTubers. All they wanted was their channel to get more views, more like, more AdSense, more super chats, and everything else. Everything you lust for now. That's all they wanted to do. They didn't really want to do shit about Bambaataa and stuff. That's why they stopped fucking with you. That's why you never seen no results and shit. You thought you had a conscious community army behind you. Irritated Genie and all of them. Nah, son. Irritated Genie was on the front line doing this shit before you. And when you came along, yes, he act like he was interested. But just like other people, he seen the fag in you. He seen the homo in you. He seen that you was a LGBTQ sometime P ass nigga. Star Chamber from Star and Buck Wild. Star. Troy Terrain from Everyday Struggle that took Joe Budden seat. You don't know who Star is? Star. You know Everyday Struggle with DJ Academics and Nahesby or however you say her name? Yes, the new dude. The fat, high yellow dude, mixed dude. DJ Star. That's who I'm talking about. The one that be over there talking with DJ Academics and stuff, arguing over matters. Sitting in Joe Budden's seat. That guy. Radio personality, Star. DJ Star. Troy Terrain. Everyday Struggle. Complex. So, people, y'all know I ain't talking Bible or nothing else until after the first, right? I ain't talking shit else but this, y'all. And if niggas poke at me and fuck with me while I'm doing this, I might let out some angles that I ain't let out yet. I told y'all I got plenty of angles on this shit. Sanetta know I got plenty of audio of his ass and shit, this, that, and the other. I'm sitting over him with a powerful position and a powerful hand. I ain't bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? I protect myself too. I tell people certain things and put certain things out there and put certain things in people's possession. Something happened to me, then papers gonna start, you know what I'm saying? Gonna start traveling to parts unknown, internationally, globally. Because remember, this is an international case. The international criminal courts need to step in. They need to put an international warrant out for Bambaataa because he's overseas and shit, getting his groove on. You know what I'm saying? He trying to rock the planet right now. He's trying to rock the planet, people. He's trying to rock the planet now. And you know who's trying to rock on the planet, right? High yellow African Americans and Hispanics. He want to rock them planet wide. It's a global, international issue, people. Yeah, sister. I mean, if you want to talk to me more, you want to interview me, I don't know who you are and what you do on your channel or this and that, or you know some people that might want to interview me, especially on April the 1st. I'm open to all channels and all interviewers that want my insight on this situation. April the 1st, I'm willing to come on anybody platform. So even my haters, if y'all want to cross-examine and come at me and ask me different shit, I know y'all hating this shit, but I'll grace your channel on April the 1st just to push this message. I don't give a fuck, friend or foe. Whatever y'all want me that day, if you ask for me, you'll get me. If I ain't on somebody else's show, hit me up at israeldoctrine@gmail.com. And I will appear on your platform and we can talk about the 5th year anniversary of the date rape and stabbing that involves Afrika Bambaataa. So I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're a hater or whatever, if you want to say, nigga, you ain't real and this and that and want to do shit and say shit and all of this or whatever, and you want me on your channel, israeldoctrine@gmail.com. Ask for me and you can get me. Because I'm for spreading this message of this missing young man who's been missing 5 years. Haven't heard a word from him in 5 years about this situation. A lot of us have concluded that he's dead. And we won't hear from him. We hope for the best, but we expecting the worst. That young man is dead. He's somewhere stinking at the bottom of the river or in somebody's yard or residence or something. So that's it, people. If you want to hit me up and get me some internet or something, you can PayPal me at Israel Doctrine. I accept donations too. Unless your name is you know, the Arab dude. I don't fuck with the Arab dude. If that nigga send me a nickel again, I'm sending it back to him. Don't accept no money from that dude. Y'all know who he is. That Navy intelligent ass dude. The dude worked with the Navy. The one we found out that was blinging off the Navy towels and shit in Washington, D.C. is naval intelligence. I don't fuck with them. But I do fuck with y'all. And if you fuck with me, holla back. We on this shit till after April the 1st. And then, you know, we still on that shit even after me until we find out what happened to that boy. But we going hard until then. No other conversation will be dealt with on this channel or the Israel Doctrine Reloaded. So, peace.